Before this video begins, I must give you all a trigger warning. In this video, we will be going over sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and even rape. If you or anyone you know is suffering with anything I listed above, please call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673. That is 1-800-656-4673. With all that being said, I give you The Appetite of Glendon Cameron, a 100-hour journey into the mind of a predator.
I guess I need to start with what I've done. Bring the age down to 15. So let's say I was doing my Craigslist protocols and the 15-year-old girl answered my ads. And she had the ability to come to my place. And she got naked and she took the dick. Why is that a crime?
The original plan was to make this a one-off, a super long video going into the depths of who Glendon Cameron is. But with time constraints and also having my life consumed for the past 2 weeks with trying to find every single detail on his life, I'm going to make this a 3-part series. The first part will cover Glendon Cameron's past to his present, where he released the I Could Have Been a Predator video. Part 2 will have the interview with the lead attorney to his last video being They Came For Me. Part 3 will have the conclusion that will tie everything together, and I will give my final thoughts on who I believe Glendon Cameron truly is. So without further ado, I give you the past life of Glendon Cameron. In August of 2009, Glendon Cameron would make his first YouTube channel called the Institute of Economic Thought. Though this channel will go through multiple name changes, the last being the Corporate Citizen, which he's mostly known for, this channel he will show his audience how to make a living buying and selling storage units and promoting his lifestyle coach and business classes. 2 months after the creation of his YouTube channel, Glendon Cameron will upload his first video called About Storage Units, The Book is Ready on October 7th, 2009. 7 months prior of creating his YouTube channel, Glendon Cameron would find himself arrested on the charges of failing to appear in court. The original charges were unable to be discovered. 2009 to 2012, Glendon Cameron would release hundreds of videos on his YouTube channel and also release multiple books. 2 examples of his books are Pimping Craigslist for Fun and Profit and The Porn Is Always in the DVD Player, My Life as a Storage Auction Addict. In the summer of 2012, Glendon Cameron would create a series called Crazy Craigslist Stories. He would go on and make 18 episodes of the Crazy Craigslist Stories. The reason I highlight this series in particular is because Glendon states that this is how he has met multiple underage girls.
When I was doing my Craigslist protocols hot and heavy, I would get a ton of high school girls answering my ads.
In these 18 videos, Glendon doesn't state anything criminalizing or anything that would suggest that he is a predator to children. But if you watch all 18 episodes, you would just be bored to death because he's a shitty storyteller. From the year 2012 to 2018, nothing out of the norm occurs. Nothing that could raise alarm of the character in question or even suggest that Glendon is who he says he is. But in this time, Glendon Cameron would release multiple websites. 2 examples would be B School for Hustlers, which is still currently up, and another one being hustlerskungfuskills.com, which if I hit advanced, I probably get a virus. Also in 2018, Glendon Cameron will make his secondary channel called Organic Money. Unlike his previous channel where he showed people how to make money buying and selling storage units, this channel, Organic Money, was to show people how to grow on YouTube. With that being said, in 2019, Glendon Cameron would continue to upload to both these channels. Fast forwarding to 2020, Glendon Cameron would then make his third YouTube channel called Hustlers Kung Fu on February 19th. This would be Glendon's third attempt to show his audience how to make money fast while promoting his online courses. A few days after Glendon Cameron created his third channel, Hustlers Kung Fu, a video popped up on YouTube claiming that Glendon stolen between $900 to $1,500 from one of his customers. I will now play a small clip of the 22-minute video.
What's going on YouTube? You see the title. You know what it is. Yes, it's true. Glendon Cameron did defraud me out of $900 to $1,500 worth of product. It is true.
I will link the full 22-minute video down below in the description that states how Glendon scammed this gentleman out of $900 to $1,500. Even after sending confirmation emails stating he would receive the courses that this gentleman has already paid for. Now, finally, this brings us to present day 2021. In the months leading to this video in question that states how Glendon Cameron is a self-proclaimed child predator, nothing out of the norm occurs. And I know I'm saying this a lot, but it's true. Glendon is just living his boring life and showing people how to make a quick buck on YouTube. In August of 2021, Glendon Cameron will make his fourth YouTube channel called The Lost Kings. And in this channel, Glendon Cameron will go into detail on how he believes the true male philosophy should be explained, and furthermore, how to level up as a man. So why, in October of 2021, would Glendon Cameron start uploading a series of videos stating that he has sex with underage children? Well, we're going to find out. I will be going over every last one of his videos that he states that he has sex with a minor. So again, before we continue, here's another trigger warning. Click off, because we're about to truly dive into Glendon Cameron's psyche. We will be starting with the first one. I Could Have Been a Predator by Glendon Cameron.
What's going on, gentlemen? Tonight is a moment for self-reflection. Matter of fact, let's shed a little light on this subject. I could have been a predator. And I am a little sympathetic to R. Kelly.
Making statements saying you sympathize with a known and convicted child predator leads the audience to believe you are one as well. Your willingness to follow in the same path as a man who touches children not only makes you a bad person, but a man that shouldn't have a platform on YouTube, let alone anywhere else.
I know that sounds really, really crazy, but hear me out. I guess I need to start with what I've done. When I was doing my Craigslist protocols hot and heavy, I would get a ton of high school girls answering my ads.
Bragging about how high school girls answer your ads and you allowing it makes us question who the fuck you are. To insinuate that it's okay to talk to a minor while being a full-grown adult well into your 30s is sickening. I don't understand how you believe it's an okay thing to do.
And typically, I ignored them. Because even though I have a similar appetite to R. Kelly, I like young women.
This clip right here is the reason why I call this the Appetite of Glendon Cameron. It is not a fucking appetite, Glendon. No one has an appetite for young children. It is a sickening disease and you need to find help.
But I don't like children. But this is how a child tricked me. Typically, they would be young. There would be lots of signs that this girl was very, very young. And I would just ignore them. Then this one girl, she answered the ad. We started to talk, and she was an exceptionally mature 17-year-old. Let me say this again. This chick was 17.
Yes, Glendon, a 17-year-old in all 52 states of the United States is still considered a fucking minor.
Her conversation was different. She actually was a hairdresser, and she answered my ad, and I fucked her. And oh my God, she had these amazingly firm double D titties.
You were going into detail about how you slept with a fucking minor. Do you not understand the complexity of that situation, Glendon?
That should have been my clue, because when she would lay on her back, they would stand up, and they were not fake titties. That should have been my clue. But, you know, I was caught up in the delicious pussy, and she did everything I wanted her to do. Then one of the things that I would do is I would do social media search on all my chicks, just out of curiosity. So I'm like doing my social media search, and I find her Facebook page, and I see her with her high school friends. And I'm like, oh shit. So I call her up, and I ask her, because, you know, she told me she was 21. That's what she told me. And I was like, serious question. And at this time, I had fucked this chick 10, 15 times.
Within all the time you spent with this girl, you never once asked for an ID or any form of identification. You even knowingly admit that she looked fairly young, but still chose to engage in sexual acts with her.
And you cannot unfuck a chick. You can't unfuck her. And I was like, I need you to tell me something. How old are you? And then she got very silent, and she said, I'll be 18 in 4 months. Then she also said the age of consent in Georgia is 16, so you're good.
In Georgia, the age of consent is 16 years old. Therefore, a 16-year-old is consenting adult in the eyes of Georgia law and can engage in sexual activities. However, believing that someone is 16 years old is not the same as them actually being 16 years old. Therefore, you, sir, are treading lightly on the lines of statutory rape. Congratulations, you sicko.
And I'm like, so she comes over and we have this conversation, because she was everything that I liked. I like women who 5'3", she was 5'2".
She was a minor?
She had huge titties, little waist,
She was a minor?
fat ass, pretty toes.
Again, she was a fucking minor.
She was my prototype, even though she was extremely young. And you know what I kept doing? I kept fucking her. I kept fucking her because I was like, at this point, I had fucked her 15 times. And it was just like, the crime was done. So
I'm glad that you admit that it's a fucking crime to have sexual relationships with a minor.
I just kept fucking her from she was 17 to 22. And R. Kelly and I are similar, but we're very different, because I have safeguards. I know when I'm getting out of control. And I kind of ran analysis on this. And she was older. Her parents weren't breathing down her neck. And this is how a lot of young girls end up with older dudes. Their parents are not heavily involved in their lives, where they have the time and the freedom to get away with this stuff.
Are you serious right now? Are you giving the fucking audience a blueprint on statutory rape and how to get away with being a child predator? Glenn, what the fuck is with you? Are you serious right now?
And her parents didn't check her. She'd go out, she'd spend the night out. Her parents were like, she came home alive, cool. Her parents were not on her. So I didn't have to worry about catching a charge from the parents. And once again, we just kept doing our thing. From 17 to 22, I fucked this chick for 5 years. And I ain't ashamed at it at all. She was willing. She wanted it. And here we come to R. Kelly. R. Kelly is being portrayed as a predator, right? Did he hold a gun to these women's heads?
No, Glenn, but he did trap them in his house and refuse them the opportunity to see their parents. R. Kelly isn't a fucking role model. He's not someone you should try to inspire to be like.
Years and years ago, back before the internet, I saw the R. Kelly tape. If you remember, there was a VHS tape that was sold around in barbershops, and it was him. It was him. He was peeing on this girl. He was having sex with her. It was 100% him.
You just fucking admitted to watching child pornography.
And this is where R. Kelly went wrong. R. Kelly was a good-looking man. R. Kelly had fame. R. Kelly was rich. And he was reckless. See, he has that appetite.
Once again, having sex with a minor is not a fucking appetite.
And I'm going to try to explain this appetite to you guys who don't have this appetite. Because the normal man doesn't have this appetite.
Maybe it's because it's fucking normal not to stick your fucking dick in a kid.
But there is something special about fucking a young girl who's doesn't have a lot of miles on her. She doesn't have a lot of experience. I remember this chick, she was 22, and she did not have a lot of sexual experience when we started messing around. And I pulled out my dick, and she was like, "You think that's gonna fit?" So I knew that this girl had not had a lot of sexual experience. And there is something special about fucking a chick who doesn't have a lot of sexual experience. Because everything you do to her is fun. It's all brand new. And if you've got that type of appetite, it can be insatiable. Like R. Kelly could have had the baddest adult chicks he wanted. But R. Kelly had that appetite. And this appetite could be the downfall of many, many men.
Do you fucking hear this, dude? The fucking downfall of many, many men. It is the downfall of predators. No one should have this quote unquote appetite, Glendon.
Because, I'm not judging because I'm in a part of the kinky community.
It's not a kink. It's not a kink. I don't care. It's not a kink. Okay? Sex with a minor is not a kink. BDSM is a kink. People who like feet fetishes, that's a kink. Having sex with a minor is not a fucking kink. Get that shit out of your head.
But R. Kelly allowed his appetite to literally wreck his life. Because once you get into orchestrating a trafficking syndicate, what does this mean? R. Kelly was having other people find and vet girls for him. And that's when it got out of control. This is the reason that I never got caught, because I never brought anyone else into my circus, so to speak.
So you're saying the only difference between you and R. Kelly is that he had other people to help him fuck minors and you just went out and just did it by yourself? What?
When I was doing it, was just me and the girls. Never ever brought anyone else in the circus. But here's my problem. He's being portrayed as a predator, right? Here's the thing. Remember when I started this video and I told you I had all these high school girls answering my Craigslist ads? Did I have a gun to their head? Did I ask them to reply to my ads? They were searching this out. So this is why I have a problem with the predator label, because they were willing participants in the dynamic.
That doesn't fucking matter. You are the adult in the situation. You should have enough knowledge in your fucking brain that says, hey, having sex with a minor is bad. Talking to underage girls is bad. I don't understand where this narrative is coming from that, oh, it's okay because she texted me first, or she hit me up first, or she seeked me out. It doesn't fucking matter. You are the adult in the situation.
I can tell you, I remember this one girl who answered my ad, and she was 15 years old. 15 years old. We were talking and stuff, and I knew I was never going to meet this chick. I was just talk to her, and she sent me dirty pictures. She was running 100 miles an hour in that direction.
Why? Why are you talking to this 15-year-old? You're at least 30 years old at this point or more, right? There's no reason a 30-year-old should talk to a 15-year-old. You're not her dad. You're not her uncle. So why are you talking to this 15-year-old? And the fact that she sent you nudes and you kept talking to her indicates that you are a predator. You have a problem. You should have cut it off, but you didn't. You kept going. For what reason? I don't know.
And I'm quite sure that she hooked up with some older man. You hear of girls who are 15, 16, 17-year old hooking up with 30, 40-year-old men. You know how common that is?
Bro, you are that dirty 30, 40, 50-year-old man talking to these young kids. Don't you understand that? You literally just, oh my God, are you not like the self-awareness in this fucking video is non-apparent.
Let me tell you something that happened. And it's kind of out there. I was running my ads, and I had this woman who was a mother, and she was like,
"Are you a fucking predator?"
And I was just like, yes, I am. And she says, I have 2 daughters, and I want to properly train them. I want you, and in the future, we may actually breed them.
At this point, it's literally like, what the fuck? Who are these people? Why is his mother talking to you? Why does she want to breed her fucking kids?
See, if you guys don't know, there's a whole, the sexual underground, shout out to Ron Wills. There's a whole sexual underground of white women who love having sex with black dudes. And they really love having sex with black dudes with big dicks. And once again, you will see. So she and I was sitting there like, this can't be real. So she sends me photos of her daughters who are 16 and 17.
You're in possession of child pornography. I don't understand. Why would that mother send you photos of her kids? Why would you accept them? There's so many questions. Like, why?
And they're pretty frisky looking. So I play along. So I go to her house, and the mom was hot. And I have a conversation with her, and I was like, so what do you want to do? And she says, it is the white woman's place to be the sexual fuck toy of the black man. And I was like, really? And she said, yes. Then you know what I told this woman? She was about 40-ish, 45, 46, blonde, green-eyed, nice rack on her. And I said, bitch, get on your knees. And you know what she did? She got on her knees. And I took my dick out and I fucked her throat. And I was like, now this is what's funny. Her daughters were in the room. Let me say that again. Her daughters were in the room.
Whoever deems it okay to have sex in front of children is a predator. You and this so-called mother are predators. You are exploiting these kids to a life of sex. I don't understand where you don't realize that.
So I fucked her throat. Then I told her to stand up and then strip butt naked. And then I fucked her on the sofa. And her daughters were on the sofa watching the whole thing. And she was like, this is how you take that big black dick, girls. This is how you do it. And I'm just sitting there like, is this fucking real? So I'm fucking the mom. Then the mom's like, come over here. And she calls her girls' names. And then she's like, get on your knees. And then she put my dick in her daughter's mouth.
I can't. I can't. If this event is true, then you and the mother need to go to jail.
I mean, I almost nutted. It was like, because if you're kinky, this is like the epitome. This is the high level of kinkiness.
Fucking a minor is not a kink. It's not. It's not, man. It's not. All right. It's rape. It's rape. That's what it is. It's rape.
And then she had the other daughter come over and suck my dick. And then essentially, I was fucking all three of them for about 5 or 6 years. I would go over, I would have the mom, and I would have them greet me butt ass naked. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about when people say predator. I'm like, I'm trying to give you guys the other side of the dynamic.
The other side? Really? The other side. You are defending your choice of being a pedophile. There is no other side when it comes to being a predator. No one cares about the opinion of a predator because they are a fucking predator.
trying to give you the other side of what's out there. And I personally don't think these girls were victims. I don't think I don't think R. Kelly's a predator. He has an appetite. And I feel that he allowed his appetite to get in the way of his life. So he's guilty of having that appetite, but I don't think he's a predator, because when you go out and you get a young girl and you ask her to have sex and she does it without a gun to her head, like this whole situation with the mom and the two daughters, I didn't have to do nothing except show up with a hard dick. That's all I had to do was just show up. And they would service me. I remember one Sunday, I fucked all three of them. I fucked the mom, I fucked the daughters. And the youngest one was really, really fucking tight.
Hey guys, I'm pausing the video right here for a second because I need a break. I'm live reacting to this while I edit. I rated the past a few days ago while I was doing research on who Glendon Cameron actually is. And the fact that he's making a light out of this and going into further detail about how he has sex with these minors is super triggering for me because I've dealt with sexual abuse as a kid, and I honestly just needed a break, and I thought maybe you guys would need one too.
And their mom was like, yeah, we got to open up that pussy. And I mean, I was just sitting there fucking her. And their mom's like, that's it. Take that dick. Take that dick. And in the beginning, both of the girls were virgins. I took their virginity. And the young one, in the beginning, it used to hurt her. And she was like, it hurts, Mom. It hurts.
The girl was actively screaming out for help. She said, it hurts, yet you kept going. That's rape. That's rape.
That's such a big dick. It hurts. And then after a few times and I loosened up that pussy, then she started getting into it. Then she turned, to this day, this girl is a bona fide black cock slut freak. Whoever she's fucking right now is very happy. Very, very happy. So, once again, I don't believe R. Kelly's a predator. I think he has an appetite that got him in trouble because he could not control. Because here's the thing, and I forget the billionaire who was running the sexual trafficking. I forget his name. I could see him. He was a blonde, white guy. He had that same appetite. Now, I fucked that young girl, 17-year-old, the mom and her daughters, and that was, and there was a few more, but I did not look or hunt or subscribe to those young girls. My perfect age range was like 24 to about 34. That was where I operated quite a bit.
But it wasn't. You admit to having sex with 16 and 17-year-olds. So your age preference is a lie.
But I'm here to tell you that, especially with the billionaire, these girls would go out and recruit girls, and they were adults. They were 100% aware of what they're doing. They were like, I am going to get this girl so she can have sex with this old billionaire. She knew there was no gun to her head, and they were stuffing her palms with cash. How is she a victim? How is he a predator?
Because it's statutory rape. That is why he is a predator. The person he's trying to tell you guys about is Jeffrey Epstein, who was arrested for having a sex ring full of minors. He was a predator. You are a predator.
And this is one of the things that, like, I could be considered a predator because I've had a lot of sex with a lot of women. I could be considered a womanizer because I like slinging the dick. So, guys, R. Kelly, he went too far. He brought other people in. He had an organization. They probably got him for trafficking and all this other stuff. I never went nowhere near that level. I never had anyone go out and find girls for me. Never did that. I did all my own work. And this is one of the reasons I never got in trouble. I remember the mother and the two daughters. And one Saturday, I go over there, and the mother and the oldest one are out, and just the young one, right? So I'm talking to her and everything, and next thing you know, I take her titties out, start sucking on her titties and stuff, and I fuck her. And this is the first time I fucked her and she came. And it blew her mind. It blew her mind. So I understand R. Kelly on a deeper level.
The fact that you can sit here and say that you can understand a predator, R. Kelly, on a quote unquote deeper level scares the fuck out of me, because you should be in the jail cell right next to him.
And once again, did he commit these crimes? I would say, yes, he had sex with young women. I would say these young women were complicit. They were willing because he was R. Kelly. I'm here to tell you guys, it is not that hard for an older man to get a very young girl. It's not that hard at all. There are many girls out there who are looking for older men. Looking, searching, hunting for older men. And they're 14, 15, 16. And they have no problem taking the dick from a 25, 35, or even a 45-year-old man. None whatsoever. And part of this is, if R. Kelly wasn't R. Kelly, I don't think none of this would have went down. I feel that R. Kelly pissed off the wrong person. I don't know what he did, but he pissed off the wrong person, and that launched this investigation. Because I saw this tape of R. Kelly pissing on this girl in 2000. It was like 2000, maybe 2002. I saw this tape. It was him. It was him. And he's had this appetite since Aaliyah. And I personally don't think there's anything wrong with older guys liking younger girls.
The fact that you could sit here and say that there is no issue with an older man seeking out these younger girls is a fucking problem. It is a problem that needs to be stopped.
Because at the time he was with Aaliyah, I think he was 21 and she was 16. To me, that's not a really big difference. But R. Kelly had that appetite. He had that appetite. And that appetite can ruin you. I have somewhat of an appetite, but I have limits. There's just certain things I'm not going to do. There's just certain boundaries I'm not going to cross. And essentially, I conducted my fuckery in the safe zone. I did stuff I knew I could get away with. I did not go out. Like, there was this one girl, and she was super cute. And then I did my research on her and saw her pictures of her with her mom and dad, which means her parents were very much involved in her life. And that right there would have been the danger zone, because this is how it happens. She comes over, we fuck, she goes home, her mom and dad press her. He's like, I fucked this old man. And next thing you know, mom and dad call the police. Police knocking at your door. That's how that goes down. So I never put myself in the crosshairs of the danger zone. And it really wasn't in comparison to the number of women. It wasn't a lot. But I can tell you, young pussy can be fucking amazing. When you stick your dick in some pussy that ain't never had a dick in it before, woo! It's so tight, it's so warm, it's so snug. And I feel that the R. Kellys, and once again, this white billionaire, put his name in the comments because I know y'all gonna Google him. And I feel that as a man, you have to know what you can get away with and what you can do and what you can't. And once again, I feel that R. Kelly pissed someone off, because if R. Kelly was just Robert, the truck driver, it never, even if he did all of these things, he would have never went to jail. Never would have happened, because he was R. Kelly. There was something he did. There's someone in power he pissed off. And that's why, because the thing is, they went after him for years and years and years. They were after him like a dog on a bone.
Yes, because for years and years, R. Kelly had underage girls trapped in his house, having sex, being abused, taking drugs, drinking alcohol, not being able to see their families, not being able to talk to anybody, not being able to escape. R. Kelly is not someone who should be out in the public. R. Kelly is not someone that should hang around children. R. Kelly is not a role model.
They were after him. And there was a reason they were after him, because what R. Kelly did happens every damn day. Right now, there's some old dude fucking a teenager. Right now. Right now. There is some old dude sliding the sausage up in some young pussy right now. This is how common it is. It is a common thing in America. And don't even talk about the rest of the world. The rest of the world, hands up, just let that go. But if I had allowed my appetite to get out of hand, I could have been in trouble. And I consciously knew what I was doing, and I got like this sixth sense, right? That lets me know when something's not cool is about to happen. And there was just certain chicks who would answer, and they were tasty, they were beautiful. They would send me photos of their titties and their pussy and all this other stuff. And I would just like, nope, not that one. That's the danger zone. That is the danger zone. That is the danger zone. That is the danger zone. And I never messed with those chicks. If a girl was young and she was halfway close to her parents, you could be looking at jail time, because what they're going to do, like when they're with you, they're going to fold, they're going to take the dick, they're going to do all this stuff. And when mom and dad start putting the heat on them, they're going to fold like a cheap sheet. And they're like, and this is what we did. And the next thing you know, mom and dad are calling 911. Because some old man defiled their young daughter. Some old man put his mature penis up in her immature pussy. And we can't have that. We can't have that. So you cannot be messing with girls who have intensive parental contact. You can't be messing with them. And I feel, now once again, there are so many girls out here, like these pimps. These girls are looking for a daddy, and these pimps serve as a daddy figure. This is like, I'm telling you, sometimes they'll get them hooked on drugs. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes a pimp just has to snap his fingers, and this girl will do whatever he wants her to do because she's looking for daddy. She's looking for daddy. So it really depends upon who you are and how you look at this. But I personally don't think R. Kelly's a predator. I feel that he has a voracious appetite. He has a certain type. It is illegal. It's underage. And he allowed that appetite to literally ruin his life, because I guarantee you, R. Kelly knows who's after him. And once he figured out that someone was after him, he should have hit the chill pill, but he didn't. He kept going, he kept going, he kept going, and they kept after him, and they kept after him, and now he's going to jail. So I could have been a predator. Same energy, same appetite, except I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. That's why I was able to do this stuff and get away with it, because I'm a nobody. But if I was an R. Kelly or this billionaire dude, or if I was someone like that, you best believe they would have been on my ass. How dare you be rich, famous, handsome, and be fucking young pussy? How dare you? How dare you do what I want to do, but I can't do because I'm not in your position? How dare you?
This is why I'm putting so many timestamps in this video. It is because this is a tough watch, but I want you guys to see everything he is saying about having sex with minors. This is also why I'm showing you the entirety of these videos, so nothing is left out, nothing is forgotten, and everyone knows exactly what he is saying. I don't want anything to be taken out of context. With that being said, this is the end of part 1. Part 2 will be released either Saturday afternoon or early morning on Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, if you or anyone you know is suffering from sexual assault or abuse, please call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673. That is 1-800-656-4673. Again, thank you all for watching, and God bless. Please be safe.